Welcome, folks. This is 2 E's in the pod. I'm Eche.
Emeka. Yeah.
Do you want me to kick this off?
Yeah, kick this one off.
Okay. So here's a question for you and for whoever is watching on the other side of the camera. I want you to raise your hand if you are addicted to coffee. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. It's like, I realized that I am an addict to coffee, caffeine, like serious level, you know. I was speaking with my friend and he flipped it in a particular way. He said, coffee is crack. And we laughed, but it hit me.
Okay.
I'm fiending for this thing. 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup, 4 cups a day. Imagine somebody who has that habit and they have to go back 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times a day.
Yeah.
So to the point whereby I don't feel like I'm me without it.
Okay.
So I'm like, what does that actually mean? And so something that I did, maybe naively, was to do cold turkey, no more coffee.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the first 7-8 days has been scary. The first couple of days, the withdrawal symptoms.
Before you even get to that,
Okay.
what made you, what made you feel like you needed it in the first place?
Okay.
And then during the periods of when you was taking it, what was it doing for you? Before we get to how you're trying to alleviate it.
You know what? That's a great question. I think one of the things that got me into it was being inside some kind of office environment.
Okay.
Right? My first job, sales role, on the phone all day, and it's like, oh, yeah, coffee break.
Yeah.
Coffee mate ended up purchasing that, and that was kind of dipping my toes into the fold. But then I think the other angle was then these energy drinks.
Okay.
That became part of the routine, especially on a gym level. It was like, okay, I need that was my pre-workout.
Yeah.
You know, take an energy drink and then go to the gym and then put it down. But then the catalyst, what has really driven me down the road was teaching, entering teaching, because you have to be on point, you have to organize this, the concentration, the energy demands is like coffee is a natural progression. Yeah. Right? Because you look around the office, everybody in my office is drinking coffee, multiple cups of coffee. Yeah. And it helps you get through the day because teaching is a difficult thing to do. Yeah. You have to juggle so many different areas. So it became a natural progression and a natural habit in the teaching fold. Okay. So that's kind of where the journey began and then really consolidated to the point whereby it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 cups of coffee per day.
Yeah. And so with that, what was you getting from it in terms of that kick, that boost of energy? Okay.
Yeah, boost the energy. Now what's mad is that I began to tell myself, you know what, coffee don't even do much for me. But I realized that's tolerance.
Yeah.
Like I've been taking coffee like multiple times a day for at least 8, 9, 10 years. So my baseline Eche is caffeinated Eche, is coffee Eche. So I had to literally try and figure out, okay, how much of my personality is down to the coffee?
Yeah.
Right? How much of my performance in the gym is down to that caffeine boost? Yeah. And what am I going to do with this? And it's kind of scary actually to realize that maybe a small slice or a significant slice of your personality is actually coming from this drug. Let's not get it twisted. It is a drug at the end of the day, right? And if I'm correct, someone correct me, I think it's the second most traded commodity in the world. Yeah. It literally makes the world go round. That's why these things are popping up all over. Yeah. Just when you think it's oversaturated, an entire new franchise pops out of nowhere. Yeah. Can you saturate it when it's so powerful in this particular regard?
So if you feel like that, obviously there's a big market, it's a $1 billion industry in regards to so many people who have that same functionality that they need it, you know, and so they're willing to pay whatever the price is, whether it's Starbucks, Costa, or whatever of the local ones, just to get that fix. And when you're in the office, I've been in the office, and for me, hot drinks have never been my thing, full stop. So, you know, same with you in a teaching environment. And so there's always that office politics about milk and all that, and all of those things. So I'm always the one that's, you know, I'm good. So, you know, everybody offers a tea or coffee, and I'm all right, thank you. I'm just straight with juices or water, so on and so forth. But yeah, before we come back to you in regards to how you're trying to alleviate it, I guess my biggest Achilles heel in 2023 right now is, right from a young age, it's just been cold, orange Fanta. And I just realized over the last few months that I've been excessive with it. And I'm just being conscious of the amount of sugar intake, especially the older that I'm getting. So I start asking myself, you know, this tastes so good, but what damage is it doing? So I won't say to the point that I feel like I'm addicted, that I can't function without it, because 9 times out of 10, I feel like more than anything else, I just want something cold. And if it happens to be Fanta, like I might go into the shop thinking, oh, let me just get some water, cold water, but then I see Fanta there, let me just grab that. Then I'll grab that. But then I think for me, it's more of starting to understand the sugar levels and trying to make sure that you don't enter of that critical zone of diabetes, for instance. And so again, these are preventable things that you can do. And so for me, it's like, okay, understanding that I need to start being conscious, and the fact that if I continue down this road, because even what was it the other day, I bought a 2 litre bottle, and with these things, when you have a glass of it and you look at it, it's like, whoa, this thing is almost done, and you have another glass, and literally before you know it, you can literally drink the whole thing. And so for me, it's just more being conscious, and I'm saying, okay, what's it actually doing for me? Because 9 times out of 10, it's not even sort of quenching the thirst anyway. It's just that feeling of, okay, that cold drink is going down, but as it goes down, it's, you know, the sugar intake is increasing. And so just being conscious of that, especially being in your mid-30s, heading towards 40, starting to be mindful about, okay, what I'm putting in my body, and thinking long-term rather than the short-term fix of, oh, I've just had a bottle of Fanta. But going back to you in regards to overcoming this addiction that you've highlighted, what are your steps that you're taking? Is this stuff that you have spoken to other people about, or this is just all self-realization and you're just taking steps to...
The thing about me, I'm a cold turkey cat.
Yeah.
And furthermore, I like to experiment with myself. Like it's taken me 32 years to understand my body, right? So once I came to the realization that, damn, I am addicted to this substance, it became next day, cut it out.
Yeah.
Other people, maybe gradual, but I'm like, listen, time is short. Like, cut it out, cold turkey, right?
Yeah.
And that maybe intensified the withdrawal symptoms, but I'm like, I just have to, once I had that, I couldn't do anything but the cold turkey option. That's just kind of how I'm wired. So it's now kind of really getting to know myself, the non-coffee Eche, and realizing, you know, wait, no, okay, can I still work out like I used to work out, right? Once you've cleared the withdrawal symptoms, then I'll establish, okay, what's baseline Eche?
Yeah.
So for me, it's very much a cold turkey approach. Plus, I do love to experiment with myself. I've tried different things, intermittent fasting, keto diet. It's like, let me actually figure out, does it work for me? Does it make sense for me? And so this is another aspect of that experimentation, self-improvement in that particular regard.
Yeah, I think similar to what you said, for me, I feel like I need to go that sort of cold turkey route. So once I've realized that, okay, you know, this is now a problem, the need is continually increasing. Okay, I need something to drink. Oh, where's the nearest? So I just said to myself, you know what, I did this in November and December, just before Christmas, and I stopped for Christmas period, is only just drinking water. And during my more disciplined fitness period, I would cut out everything else during the week, and I would indulge on the weekend. And so there's more of a balance. It's like, okay, I can still enjoy these things, but it's not on a regular basis. So because I know majority of the week I'm just drinking water. Whereas November and up until Christmas, I just went water. And I just needed to make sure that I constantly had cold water, something cold in the fridge all the time. And then I just bought 6 packs, you know, the 6 litre bottles, took that to work, left that in the fridge at work. So it's like, there's no excuse now. Yeah. So I needed to just make sure I had water everywhere, water in the car, water at work, water at home in the fridge. And so that's where I am now for May. What is it? Day 6, day 7 now. So yeah, I've been clean in terms of drinking water, and straight away you just start to feel little differences in regards to your mood, in regards to even just stuff like your skin. And I don't notice that stuff. It's it's the wife that notices all of that level of detail. But in terms of just purifying the body again, just drinking water. So for me, I know everyone's not like that. Some people, like you said, have to take it slowly. But for me, I just need to just cut it out and realize that, okay, this is a problem. But now the question is, it's great doing this for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Because, I did it till December, and from January till April, I've just abused myself again. So it's now consistency, because it doesn't mean anything if you just keep doing it for a short period of time. How do you make sure that you don't go back to where you were last time?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what helps is this awareness. So before I was in that habitual mode whereby this is what I do, but it didn't actually dawn on me that you are addicted. You are addicted to this. You are dependent on this. So I think having this awareness plus having the determination, those two things will hopefully enable me to have that consistency. Because the way I've set it up is I want to do 3 months without coffee. Okay. That will really give me time to establish, okay, what do I want to do going forward? Yeah. So basically to be more intentional with it, as opposed to this substance was controlling me, right? I'm like, how can I be waiting 15 minutes? Like, which other circumstance would I queue like this? only for this drink. Otherwise, I'll find something else. But I need my fix, so I'm willing to bear. Like chaos in the morning, peak times. Pret is packed. I'm like, I shouldn't be here, but I'm here suffering because I need this thing before work. Yeah. So now, once I've gone through these 3 months, I don't even know where I'll be. It might be a case whereby, okay, I might do it once a day, or I might decide, you know what, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I don't know.
But you evaluate after the...
Yeah, but stay tuned. 3 months time, we'll revisit this topic, and I'll tell you, okay, what have I learned, and where do I go from here? But the key aspect for me is having that awareness, that level of consciousness now. It's now plus that determination, right, and the discipline is gonna help me stay the course.
Okay. And I guess for me, it's similar to you. Let me go through this month that I said I'm just going to cut everything out, just water. But for sustainability, I feel like it will be unreasonable saying for the rest of my life I'm not going to drink anything else but water. But it's, for now, I think I'll evaluate at the end of the month. But what I think I'll do is, okay, when I get to June, it will be going back to what I did before in terms of during the week, it will just be water. And then just on the weekends. But I think I can balance that for a longer period of time. And like you said, you continue to evaluate, but making sure that you remember why you're doing this in the first place. If not, you're just going to mess up your health. And that's it. I have nothing else to say on this matter. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. But what I would like to hear from those watching is this kind of, number one, are you a coffee addict, right? Do you think you could go 14 days without coffee? You might be saying, yeah, maybe it's actually time to test that theory, because you might find that you are actually heavily dependent and you can't function without this particular substance, without this drug. Now, for you, that might be perfectly fine, or you might want to do something about that, okay? So just kind of maybe take this opportunity to think about health and wellness. It's important. It's always been important, right? So just kind of thinking about the habits that maybe have that stranglehold on you. Yeah. And what can you do to address that, right? This is the spirit of experimentation. You don't have to do it cold turkey like we do. You can do it gradually, but at the end of the day, it's about evaluating and re-evaluating your relationships with certain activities, substances, people, situations, whatever.
And for those that are not hot drinkers like myself, apply everything Eche has just said, evaluate it, especially if you drink loads of juices, loads of fizzy drinks. The same thing applies. Again, this is non-stop sugar intake as well, which can be damaging to your health. So again, evaluate those processes in terms of how much sugar that you're intaking, and do what Eche said in regards to, look at it, can you stop for 14 days? How do you want to make sure that you're constantly thinking about your health? So that's it for me.
That's it for me, but all right. Catch you on the next one. 2 E's in the pod.
That's it.
We out.